All right, speaking of the last video we just saw, negotiations have began between officials from Sacramento State and the MAC. Tommy, you're a MAC guy. Now, the question is Sacramento State, who is also known as Sac State, would their immediate rival be Ball State? Waiting on the MAC expert to answer that question.
Oh, man.
Oh, and that game is going to be sponsored by Dude Wipes.
What was the one? Oh, gosh. Chew it and do it. Chew it and do it.
Just chew it and do it. All right, so there you go. Lord. There's your college football news today. Sac State and Ball State are now official conference rivals.
You see where the Big Ten released a draft for a 24-team playoff with no conference championship games?
What amazes me is, as far as the conference championship games, I guess, like they'll fight tooth and nail to play Mercer and everyone else, so they don't have to beat anybody. And then they'll turn around to Tom and have their press conference. We'll play anybody any week. We're the best. This is what we tell our recruits. And then you say, well, look, Coach, will you schedule it? You want to play the conference championship game? No, we might have to play somebody good.
True. I didn't mean I want to play somebody in my own conference.
Like they never want to play anybody good. They just want to brag about beating up these little guys.
I would say a 16 team would make the most sense. Because at 24, you have to win 5 games. 16 is like round of 16, round of 8, round of 4, round of 2. You got to win 4 games to win the championship. Mm-hmm. 24, you'd have to win 5. That's half a season.
Unless they were going to do some type of buys, but still for one team, yeah, you're right, Tom. It's five games just to win the.
I would say 8 is enough.
But I guess if they are going to go 24, that's why they're talking about eliminating the conference championship games.
Yeah,
it's going to go that big. Which would make sense because those two teams should be in the playoffs, but that don't mean they would.
Let's go 16.
The past couple of years, 12. I mean, 12 is like I agree with you, Tom. 12 is fine. We're bickering over the 13th or 14th ranked team getting into the playoffs.
And this is what was bad for this is
Miami won it,
right?
That is true. That's true. So at 16, I personally won't get what I want. At 24, there's a chance, and I know they still won't do it, is I want the automatic qualifiers for every conference, all G5 and everybody. But they're not, I mean, the group of 6 and everybody, but they're not going to – they'll never do that, so whatever. Let's see. Georgia House unanimously passed a bill that would allow high school athletes to make money from endorsement deals using their name, image, and likeness. So there you go. So Georgia now has
well, at least they didn't split theirs up like North Carolina did. I think it's stupid for North Carolina to let them have them, but then if you go to a public school, you can't get it. That makes no sense.
I don't know the exact rules on it, but I'm sure whatever rule they came up with was absolute garbage, like every other thing.
Can you dissect this for me now? Explain what's the.
So if you go to a private North Carolina school, you can still play and get an NIL, and you still be college eligible.
That was the situation with the Harrison kid from Reedsville, right?
Okay.
If you go to a North Carolina public school, you cannot get the NIL.
The state of North Carolina will not. I didn't think they had a legal right to stop you from getting NIL. I thought that was the whole reason for the court decision a few years ago.
I'm not sure on the exacts of that. But like,
you mean to tell me there's not a North Carolina athlete at a North Carolina public school right now that's not getting NIL money?
If they go to a North Carolina public school, they are not getting NIL.
Something's legally not right with that.
That's true. Like either way, like the whole point of adults, and this should be the argument when they did this, of grown men being mad and upset over someone else making money over their talent. If my supreme talent is between the ages of Michael Jackson, what are we gonna say? Michael Jackson shouldn't have sung till he was 21.
Say it, Kevin.
Don't do the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Don't make no money. You're not allowed to be out here.
Yep.
And if your supreme talents are between the age of 15 and 25, and what if you die at 30? Like, well, why shouldn't I have made millions of dollars while, like I said, the hot dog salesman's up here is making money, the beer salesman's making money, everyone else in the state is making money.
The NCAA, and I had this conversation with a guy a couple months ago, and he was like, well, they're already getting a free college education. That should be enough. And I understand that, and that is a part of the equation. The NCAA, especially with the major sports, predominantly men's basketball and football, made millions off of these young athletes.
Billions.
Billions off of these young athletes for decades. All right. A college if there's somebody out there who wants, again, I've said it for over a year now, said it to Terry, told Tom and Kevin the same thing. If there is a gentleman out there or a young lady or somebody, a business that wants to provide support to an athlete beyond their athletic scholarship, who am I to stop them?
So here's you some math, Mr. Banker Man.
I don't work on weekends.
If App had a total revenue of 57.2 and it's so expensive 57.2, but the football lost 6, the men's basketball lost 2. How did they get to even $57 million? Which one of these programs is just banking $20 million that we don't know about?
Cross country.
the cross country team made $20 million. There's your student fees for 16. That's App State's football expenses and revenues. I got some other schools here if I can find them from.
Well, going back to why the public kids couldn't do it, it's the same reason why, like, if you retire as a public school teacher and you work for the public system, they cap your income, but you can go to a charter and a private and make as much as you want. That's just what they try to do. They try to screw the public system any way they can. That's another way they do it.
This is how Penn State spent their $18 million in NIL revenue sharing. This is just from the revenue sharing from the conference. Football $13 million, men's basketball $3 million, wrestling $1.5, baseball $300,000, women's basketball $110. Now remember, this is just NIL. This isn't salaries and all that type of stuff. This is NIL money. Lacrosse $50,000, tennis $10,000, and they played a volleyball player $10,000 to be on at the local grocery store, I guess. So there's Penn State, how they spent their money. I had a Tar Heel ones I was trying to find that Carolina spent like $180 million or something like that. And we are going to talk a little basketball here.
But when who was the really big center? Burns that played for NC State, right?
Yeah.
He got NIL money. We talked about it on the show.
And so, he never made any money in the pros. So
right.
That was good for him.
Well, and that's another point about it. And you, Kevin, you shined some light on this to me a year ago, and I thought it was a great point. There's a lot of these young men and young women that are never going to make it to the pros. This is their time to make a nest egg or to secure more of provide a more secure financial future for them and their family.
Well, here's something. You're a cross country guy, and Will, you might know some of these guys like Manio Mitchell. Mm-hmm. Like the track guys have never they've always been sponsored.
Right.
The exact opposite of what they would let the football and basketball guys do. Like I remember this dude up at App. He was on the Olympic relay team, and Ernest, he just went to school and got paid by Adidas. He was making millions and all he did was he was like the backup on the Nike on the running team.
If they're
and
really
he's
good,
sponsored.
I wasn't sponsored.
Well, I know that, but
if you were,
neither was I.
What I'm saying is that some sports were always allowed to do that, and then others weren't. What's so weird about it, and so whatever. Clemson spent 190 million in revenues last year.
I'm curious how many of these programs are, and this has been a point of interest for years, even well before NIL. How many of these programs, just the football athletic programs themselves, are actually a net profit program for the institution? I'd be curious because there's so much. Yes, they bring in a lot of revenue from attendance, concession, please buy a hot dog, all that stuff. But there's a lot of money that goes right back into the scholarships, the budgeting, the equipment, the staff. So how much of these programs nationwide are actually profitable?
Good question. All right, Will. They're probably making most money on TV, maybe TV deals or something.
Possibly.
All right, the Will. It's Black History Month. should this be suspended for what he did?
Are you gonna ask JP about the guys in the white hats?
Should this guy be suspended for doing this during Black History Month?
Here we are 26 years later, and he's the head coach.
That was the tweet. That's not fair. Wrong month.
Someone is calling ESPN. I know they are. Because
That's nothing. Absolutely no reason why.
Look at that.
The guy on the bench, he knew it was coming.
How are you?
How much confidence do you have?
You tell me, how are you that tall?
I don't think
how are you that tall?
I don't think he thought the guy was going to come at him. I think he was waiting for him to pull up for a jumper.
How are you that tall and let that guy come all the way in?
He was playing flat-footed.
My man from Southern Indiana just yammed on his He took off. Oh, what!
Look at the guy. Look at
This is one of the best white boy dunks I've ever seen.
He's got a black ancestor somewhere.
Somebody do a 23.
We all do. We all do.
Too bad mine were just unathletic.
Have you answered? What would you say is the best in-game dunk you've ever seen? In-game dunk.
Vince Carter Olympics.
Okay.
Over the dude.
Over the big time.
That was nasty. That was a good one. That was nasty.
I still the alley-oop from Paul to DeAndre Jordan. That was
pretty
still
good.
that was still
when he killed that dude.
Oh my!
I don't know.
Gracious.
I can't remember who he killed.
Yeah,
there was a few Blake Griffins that were pretty good.
Even DeAndre, he gave you that look afterwards.
Vince jumping over that dude was pretty good. Jordan dunking on Mutombo.
I mean, I'm finna say, but that one Mikey hung up on.
Vince is NBA dunk is him dunking on Alonzo Mourning.
Yeah.
If you'll look that one up, he embarrassed Alonzo pretty bad on that.
The Jordan's best dunk was the one where he started to come back out and then reverse went baseline on Ewing. Yeah. That one to me is just nasty.
That was nasty. I mean, I was not going to say that before you said the
because he kind of snuck in on Mutombo. Now Mutombo got there in time, or tried to get there in time, but Jordan kind of snuck it in and just dropped it in real quick. The one on Ewing, half his arm is bringing that rim down. I mean, that one's the sick, and with the timing of it.
I've got 90 seconds of pure chaos.
Oh, Lord.
From great. Coastal Carolina's Teal Court.
Points. He's got the ball now. UMass not taking their final timeout. Parker to tie it. Yes!
13 seconds.
KJ Parker, a career-high 27.
Watch the inbounder Dantzler here.
They went to overtime.
To Jones. 5 seconds. Coastal needs a 3 to tie. Dantzler tries to take it. He makes it!
That's to go to the second overtime.
At the buzzer. Inbound pass goes to Banks. Coastal will not foul. Banks to tie it.
Third overtime.
Are you kidding me?
Oh my
goodness! Triple overtime.
Wow.
Conway. Marcus Banks Jr.
Just like in double overtime, double digits still on the shot clock when you pull the trigger with a lead.
Banks to tie it. Yes!
25 seconds in triple overtime. Tie game.
91-91 today. Beadle himself, step back for the win.
There's a second. There's 1.4 seconds left.
Oh my goodness!
UMass inbounds.
I thought it was going in. That half-court shot goes in. It's the craziest thing ever. Oh,
that is
small
crazy.
basketball
Yeah.
is real.
Do you
fun
remember?
to watch sometimes.
It was one of the best games I've. And I was up till like 2 in the morning. It was back when the Big East. They stood the Big East conference. It was like the semifinal game. Syracuse versus Georgetown, like 5 overtimes. Mm-hmm. I was up till 2 in the morning. I was like, once it got to the third overtime, like, you can't go to sleep. You got to find out who's going to win this thing. I mean, it was or maybe UConn. It might have been, his name was Calipari or not Calhoun versus Boeheim, and it was just a classic.
This highlight from the third row at the Smith Center,
Great
brought
view.
to you by Gerald Weathers.
Robbie Root had this call.
Oh, money!
Carolina wins. Carolina wins.
Should have been a tech. You have to call a tech. You can't let this happen. It's a tech.
That one security guard right there's like, come on, people, get back.
It's a tech. The game's not over. It's a technical foul. They've called him before. It's a tech.
Tar Heel fans, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Well, if you're going to storm the court, make sure the game's over.
Well, they did have fake classes at Carolina, so they don't really might
They
not
did.
know
They're not
that.
real smart.
My Lord.
They don't exactly know.
Didn't we talk about it one time when we were talking about court storming, what they should do? Once, let everybody who gets on the court get on the court, then bring the security out, perimeter them off, and ID everybody before they can get off the court.
Hey, on Saturday night, Duke's men's basketball coach alleged that multiple assaults happened to his staff. It provided for evidence. They should be charged or prosecuted, but with over 20,000 recording devices, nobody has found anyone assaulting a Duke staffer. So John Shire just got up there and lied to the American. Y'all believe it? Tom, you believe a Duke coach got up there and lied to America about something?
Mike Krzyzewski was in the sportsmanship video, man. What are you talking about? I know I brought that up before. I'll never get over that. It's like Mike Krzyzewski is telling me about sportsmanship. The guy that literally curses out officials, other players, other coaches, a man who is just a detestable human being is going to tell me how to conduct myself as a human being. I was like, okay.
I spoke to somebody this week, Tom.
That's fine.
Or this past weekend, they said that I forget who it was, but they had been to multiple Duke games, and he said there's not a more vulgar.
He's a terrible person. Terrible.
Vulgar human being.
He's a terrible person. And they're all there, oh, look at his daughters. He was always a terrible person.
How about listen? I want you to listen to these comments, and would you want your son or daughter or whoever playing for this coach at Ole Miss?
But we would have to educate. This is always a tough conversation to have, and it's not going to be a popular thing. This is the truth. We would have to educate significant others who may have been pregnant during the season or going to have a baby during the season. And you have to educate them on, you have this baby in the middle of the season. That father has to play good football, right? It's a day-by-day production business. He has to be ready to perform and go out there and play. And when I say that is, you need to let him sleep. He needs to be in another room, detached. You have to explain to the mother, like, hey, listen, he ain't waking up for midnight feedings. After the season, he's full metal jacket. You do whatever you want with him. But he can change every diaper. But in the season, he's got to have a different priority. Now,
Chip, since I'll let you comment first since you got a litter of kids.
Litter isn't literally.
He's barely ahead of me. But anyway, would you want one of your children playing for that man right there who's basically said we don't have to educate him, and I don't care if he gets them pregnant, I don't want him helping as a dad, and he needs to get his rest for my football practice.
I don't like the optics of it, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I get what you've got a responsibility and your commitment to the program. I understand that, but that's your earthly vocation. I'm sorry, don't take me away from. Nothing's ever going to be more of a priority than my spiritual vocation as a husband and as a father.
I must say this with you using your spiritual vocation. Father had, at the end of the day, father had to provide for his family.
Mm-hmm.
He has to make ready for the family, and in the process of playing football for this team, it's helping him make way for his family.
You hope. You hope.
Well, I mean, it is. At this point, they're getting these guys, if they're important enough for him to be having a conversation with the significant other. These guys are already making money.
Unless they're in the state of North Carolina public school system.
This is the college coach that was talking. But at that space, he's right. These guys that are getting paid to be there now, that's getting these NIL deals to be there. I get it that they got families and stuff, but the reason why they can take care of their families is because they getting these NIL deals.
But he's also got to say, change your diapers and do whatever. Just be ready for practice.
Right.
Like, come on.
Say it that way. Say it that way.
I get it that he said it the way he said it, though.
The optics were not the best. But
we gotta go though. We still got basketball. We still got
Okay,
NBA and more to go. We'll be back in a minute. KDZBroadcasting.com.
Listen to North Carolina Tar Heels Sports on KTC Broadcasting.